some reason I think that Sting is fake Sting. But I kind of like Sting and Cody as the dark. So let me go ahead and queue up, let the internet know we're here, and we can jump into some Fire Pro Wrestling action. Let's see.
Hoi!
Facebook, we're here. And then it is time to show, as they say. Real irritated that last week's show did not actually go up on YouTube. YouTube just sort of decided that, hey, we're gonna put this at like 99% complete, and then never finished the upload. Well, the upload was done, but the processing never finished, so for all intents and purposes, it's nothing. Which is rad. Big fan of that. Oh shit. That'll copy 6 months with that tier 1 sub. Let's go ahead and drop a Money Blake in the chat for the money man behind Blake's House Professional Wrestling. Since we're still kind of in the dark match, can kind of shoot the shit with you for a little bit. I mean, no one should give me $24. Just in general, really. But if someone gave me $24 on Twitch.tv, you can have access to the Money Blake emote. But what I was going to say is, we really should start to figure out what the hell your angle actually is in the next couple of weeks. Because kind of the theme for this week's show and next week's show, and really the week after that even, is we're gonna make Judgment Pro Wrestling kind of the feature of the show. So there's pretty minimal pressure as far as setting up our own angles. But we should definitely have something cooking in the background for when this big tournament wraps up. Spoke to Tyler, Christine, and Worzalla today, and they all have some ideas for what they want to do with their characters as well. Let's see. I should probably pop on Facebook, the group chat. Actually, you know what? If Worzalla wants to swing in. Man, Cody Travers beating Sting. I did see that. Yeah, like as far as like what that angle actually looks like, and just kind of like a rough outline of what that's going to be as far as like a few weeks of TV. Because like editing the characters is not a huge deal as soon as I kind of figure out what like we want to do with them. Now my understanding is Tyler spoke to Christine and Worzalla, because we did D&D today, and like they want to have like just a total rebranding of their characters now that Worzalla dropped the tag belts and Sterling is shooting off as a single, and like Tyler has kind of been in limbo because I haven't had creative for him for the last like 5 or 6 weeks. So I'm like, hey, like, give me ideas, because I don't really know what to do with y'all's characters. So they're cooking something up. Yeah, I mean, like, we kind of talked, just a couple messages back and forth today. Like, it's pretty clear how the Knicks Wrestling Organization invasion is, like, at least, like, the big climax of that is going to go, and I think that's going to be a really fun show for when that happens. And then, like, if you want to, like, kind of brainstorm what happens after that, certainly wouldn't be opposed to getting some input on that. But I think we spent more than enough time saying things. So let's go ahead and get into another episode of Blake's House Professional Wrestling, as people starting to make their way into the arena. We have got an excellent show planned for you guys tonight. So, as I mentioned last week, we are starting a absolutely historic event. A tournament to determine the #1 contender of the Judgment Pro Wrestling Heavyweight title, where it will be defended for the first time ever on Blake's House Television. And that tournament has already been set up. We can go ahead and cut to the bracket right now. And you will be seeing, as we cut to matches from that as we go on tonight. But let's go ahead and get a look at the top half of the bracket. These are the matchups that you're going to be seeing this evening. D-Mob versus JB3, two wrestlers that have competed together week in and week out, going to be testing one another's mettle in a one-on-one contest. Of course, we've got the aerial assassin with the bad tweets, Will Ospreay, going up against the enforcer, the Gatekeeper. That will be one hell of a contest, as power goes head-to-head with agility. Of course, we have got John Newton going up against Jordan. Jordan, a Blake's House veteran that we have not seen on television probably in over 15 weeks. So we're going to have to see if the ring rust can be shaken off over the course of that matchup. As well as Josh Pearlman up against Sterling. I don't think we have seen Josh Pearlman at all in singles action. Sterling, of course, has a ton of momentum behind him, defeating Orlando Nunes last week. And we'll be cutting to these matchups in particular tonight. But let's go ahead and look at the other half of the bracket. Let's see. Of course, the first matchup in the B side of the bracket, Joey Boggy going up against Mr. Adams. Joey Boggy, possibly a favorite in this tournament, as he won the Fatal 4-Way on last week's show, just asserting his dominance over his fellow JPW competitors. We have Colby going up against Ryan Pearlman. Once again, we are in a situation where we have not seen Ryan in singles action. Colby has a bit of a mixed success here in Blake's House Television. Pretty 50-50 win-loss record, if I can recall, so certainly getting deep into this tournament, possibly winning this tournament, would be a huge boost for Colby. Of course, we have got Robert Walsh the brawler of Judgment Pro Wrestling, going up against tag team champion Mr. Smith. And in the final match of the first round that you will be seeing next week, JJ Mondo going up against Slick Rick, a man that he has idolized. He's going to have to put that aside if he is going to get through the ruler in this first round action. But of course, we do have the KOF TV title match that you guys come to expect week in and week out. Additionally, a staple of Blake's House Professional Wrestling, we have the Mag.Lo Open Challenge to look for in the semi-main event. However, tonight's main event is a bit of a treat. You are going to see Eric Alpizar going up against Nick's Wrestling Organization's own Craig Tonga. Craig Tonga, an absolute monster, defeating Alpizar just 2 weeks ago. That momentum stayed behind him as he was able to take out Sticky Fingers in SWA Rules action. So you've got to figure that Tonga has a lot of momentum on his side. He's looking to take that title from Alpizar. But we've got a lot of show ahead of you tonight, so let's just go ahead and get into our first match. Of course, David has been on this fact-finding mission week in and week out to try to determine who the boss of Nick's Wrestling Organization is. And he's got another match tonight as he continues to close in closer and closer to just who that might be. So let's go ahead and get into this match right now. David on that fact-finding mission. Received some direction from Phoenix Wright and has been checking Nick's off a list week in and week out. You saw him last week up against the Young Bucks, where he was able to go head-to-head against Nick Jackson. This week he is going up against a legend in professional wrestling, Nick Bockwinkel. So we saw last week he was going up against tag team legends, and this week he is going up against a legend in the singles world. Let's see just how David is able to carry himself up against Bockwinkel. Appear to be somewhat evenly matched thus far, but as I say that, test of strength, neither man able to get the upper hand. Big scoop and slam from Bockwinkel, showing that size difference. And just not allowing David to get started. Goes for an early cover. Just trying to test David out. But David, quick kick out, quickly breaking that headlock there. He's protecting himself when it counts, but he's still just having a great deal of difficulty getting any offensive momentum here. Ooh, step up enziguri. That is something he needed to get back into this contest as the two men slug it out. As Bockwinkel pushes David closer to the center of the ring, gaining a ton of ground in that exchange. And David is dazed, but he does not allow Bockwinkel to take his back. But it's still the same story from the past several minutes. Bockwinkel just not letting David get started. Big thumb to the eyes. David creating momentum any way that he can in this match, but he's just been getting stonewalled at every step. Big chop to the chest and chop to the side of the head as well. David locks on a chin lock, just trying to slow this match down a little bit, as Bockwinkel has been full steam ahead. And once again, that headlock, just trying to grind David down, and has proved to be very successful at it thus far. And I think David's had enough of that, as he pulls out a foreign object seemingly out of nowhere. Tries to rake the face of Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel, though, totally composed, able to break that hold, and he's once again on top in this contest. David shot into that corner turnbuckle, and David powering out of the turnbuckle. He's having none of what Bockwinkel wants to do with him in that corner. David really starting to turn it on here. Again, just David seems desperate here. Low blows, thumb to the eyes, rake to the face with that foreign object. He's just grasping at straws to try to take down Bockwinkel. Bockwinkel responds back a low blow of his own. He says that two men can play at this game. And big chop to the back of the head. The two men still just slugging it out here. This is an absolute brawl. And that headbutt, that busted Bockwinkel open. The scythe wasn't quite enough to do it, but the headbutt was. Bockwinkel fighting on as if nothing has happened, as if blood was not dripping down his face, clouding his vision. Big drop kick, Bockwinkel blocks. And the crowd is not happy. They do not want to see the hometown boy David get beaten by Nick Bockwinkel. David goes for that cover. One. Only one. Big chop to the chest. Bockwinkel responds back. Clubbing blow to the top of the head. David scoop and a slam. He's setting up for something. Runs the ropes. Springboard. Elbow. Buries it in the solar plexus region of Nick Bockwinkel's chest. Follows up with that big boy senton. David is fired up.
10 minutes gone.
And David now protecting himself from those strikes, but Bockwinkel slowing him down, once again going to that headlock, trying to grind away at David Clement. And once again, the two men slugging it out. This time, neither man pushing the other back. Both men collapsing to the ground. Nick Bockwinkel to his feet first. Tries to pull Clement away from the ropes. Goes for that cover. 1, 2. Count 2. Big pile driver, just planting David on the crown of his head. 1, 2. David is not done yet. David possibly trying to go for that pop-up powerbomb, and Bockwinkel knows just how badly he wants to hit that signature hold, and he protects himself, hanging himself up on the ropes. Bockwinkel now going into that Indian deathlock type maneuver, but David will not be submitted as he rests right over that Whale Boys logo. Brought to you by our sponsors at twitch.tv/ALXice. Bockwinkel once again shooting David into that orange Gatorade turnbuckle and just adding injury to insult as he grinds David's face up against those ropes. Big kitchen sink, and then once again going to that leg lock, but David still will not be submitted. This fight will continue. Bockwinkel asserting his dominance, showing that he will be the man that stands alone in the center of this ring. after the bell is rung. Bockwinkel continuing to work the legs here. He transitions into a sleeper hold. Is that going to be enough? I don't know how much more David has in him, but he was just barely able to break that submission hold. You've got to figure he can't have much more in the tank here. Once again, Bockwinkel grinding David's face up against those ropes. Now Bockwinkel just posturing for the crowd here. But that might cost him as that low blow brings David back into this contest. Rolls through, cover, 1, 2. Only 2 as Bockwinkel was able to kick out. Ooh, big chop to the top of the head. And David now going up top. Elbow drop once again, buried, this time right in the stomach of Nick Bockwinkel. Goes for the cover, 1, 2. And once again, only 2. It's going to take more than that to take out a legend of wrestling. That is Nick Bockwinkel. David slowly making his way to his feet. Big double axe handle off the top. And Bockwinkel continuing to work the legs, and this time the neck of Clement. David not allowing him to apply any more leg holds. You've got to figure he can't have much left in the tank if Bockwinkel locks on another hold. Oh my God, big power bomb, but it's still not enough. And both men are absolutely worn down here. David once again repeats, but Bockwinkel able to get his foot on the rope. And this time, powerbomb right into the corner turnbuckle. And David goes for the cover. 1, 2, 3 count fall. And David besting Nick Bockwinkel in singles action as he is able to check one more name off his list of possible bosses of Nick's wrestling organization. We will have to check in on David backstage, possibly next week. I could tell that match took a lot out of him. He's going back to the medical facilities to get rehydrated, but we will check in on him as soon as we are able to do so and just get an update on how his investigation is going. But in the meantime, we have, as I said, got a lot of wrestling show to get through tonight. So let us proceed to our next match. So let's go ahead and get into our next match, the Worzallas versus Tyler and Nick Vadala. And let's go ahead and get into that right now. I'm sure you guys saw if you were tuned in last week. Worzalla's former tag team partner, a man that the two of them had won tag team title after tag team title together, has decided to split off into singles action, and that has created an opportunity for the Worzallas to come together as a tag team for the first time, I believe, on Blake's House Television. And this is another team we have not seen in quite a while of Nick and Tyler. Nick has been absent backstage for the past several weeks. It's not totally clear what's going on with him, but he is here tonight, and he will be participating in tag team action against the Worzallas. big belly-to-belly suplex at the start of the match. Worzalla is ready to go. We'll have to see if Tyler is able to shake off the ring rust early enough. Ooh, big sit-out facebuster. And Tyler launching Worzalla to the outside. And Tyler now trying to bring this fight back into his own corner. Big suplex. Tyler in control. Worzalla gonna have to break that momentum. Big cutter seemingly out of nowhere. Tyler going for the cover, but Worzalla getting a hand on the ropes. And Worzalla now going back to his own corner, bringing Christine into this matchup. But Tyler undeterred by the numbers game here as he rolls through, shuts down Christine. But Christine now sit up, facebuster of her own, goes for the cover. 1, 2. Count 2 already. We are only 3 minutes into this contest, and Christine just delivered a crushing blow to Tyler. Big turnaround lariat. And Christine somewhat distracted going up against Tyler. Just that lack of focus is going to cost her, as Vadala just found a big opening as he goes into this giant swing and launches Christine into the center of the ring. Vadala, as I have said on previous broadcasts, he has legitimate Olympic-style wrestling experience, a very technically sound competitor. As you can see, he locks on that double armbar. He's a man that can come at you from a lot of different ways. He delivers European uppercut after European uppercut. Christine responding back with massive shots to the side of the head, but Nick coming out on top in that exchange. Big drop kick to the side of the head. And headlock takeover once again puts Vadala on top here. Christine going back to her own corner. Shooting Nick into that corner turnbuckle, and now tandem offense, sandwich lariat, crushing the skull of Nick Vadala as Worzalla just grinds that elbow into the side of the head. Worzalla unable to cut Vadala off. Vadala such a tactician in the professional wrestling setting, able to get around the slower competitor and get a tag. But Worzalla, once again, we saw this at the start of the match, big belly-to-belly overhead suplex, chop to the crown. That usually sets up that patented Worzalla elbow drop, but Worzalla just electing to go for the cover right there. Worzalla going up top, big diving elbow, square in the chest, sit down, unable to get the cover. Once again, this time is definitely setting up for that patented elbow. No. Decides maybe it's a little bit too early to go for that Worzalla elbow drop. Nick back in this contest once again, that headlock takeover. And he's going to try to out-wrestle the big man. And thus far, that strategy seems to be effective. Big elbow to the face. And Vadala locking on that sharpshooter. And Worzalla, I think that's going to send him back to his own corner, bring Christine back into this contest. And Christine still unable to find the answer. I know exactly what that is. Let me see here. Shit, I am uploading last week's show to YouTube right now, so that is almost certainly what that is. After this match, if it's like just totally unwatchable, we'll kind of talk through it and get that figured out. YouTube kind of screwed me over in that it just deleted It just deleted my show from 2 weeks ago, so I had to upload 2 weeks worth of TV at the same time. So ordinarily it'd be done before I go live, but I had to upload 2 shows. But technical difficulties aside, Worzalla possibly setting up for that patented Worzalla elbow, buries it in the back of Tyler Donaldson. And Tyler has got to be feeling the effects. Worzalla once again, patented Worzalla elbow drop. 1, 2, count 2. Christine a little bit late getting off the apron, and that could have cost her team, as Tyler had just taken 2 back-to-back Worzalla elbows. Tyler responding back, sit out facebuster, but he has got to be feeling it. 2, count 2. Big snap suplex from Vadala. And Tyler finally outmaneuvering Worzalla, getting back into his own corner. Vadala, big crossroads. That is going to get Christine off the apron, breaking up that cover. Looks like both of them going for that patented Worzalla elbow, and Worzalla connecting on the back of the neck. And Nick being shot into his own turnbuckle here. Ooh. Excellent ring awareness from Christine. Seeing that Worzalla was on that corner turnbuckle, had to whip Vadala back in for that lariat. Right now, Nick, repeated chops to the chest. Just clubbing blows, but right now, all in that blue Gatorade corner. He's going to have to take the fight somewhere else if he wants the victory right here. Big spine buster from Christine, and Christine now locking on that stretch muffler. Trying to work the legs of Vadala. That's going to clear both aprons. Super kick! And Worzalla is dazed. He's forced back to his own corner. And that was nearly enough to put Christine away. Big double drop kick from Vadala and Tyler. And Nick just single-handedly out-wrestling this team. He's making it so difficult for the Worzallas to gain ground. Pushes off both Worzalla and Christine. Worzalla dazed. Now Tyler bringing this fight back to that orange Gatorade turnbuckle.
All right, baby!
Big diving elbow off the top. Tyler going for the cover. Excellent bit of strategy, bringing this all the way into his own corner, but only a 2.9. Tyler dazed in that corner turnbuckle, but Nick protecting his teammate. Massive choke slam from Worzalla. Elects to not go for that patented elbow drop. And that's going to allow Tyler to get back to his own corner. Big headbutt, but Worzalla not finished yet. Another headbutt. Worzalla attempting to go for that patented elbow drop, but unable to find his mark. Hits with the 100 hands and hits that sumo slam. Gets 2.9 as Tyler's lack of focus nearly cost his team. And Nick once again just working the arm. Just a bit of chain wrestling that Worzalla clearly is unprepared for at this point in the match. Big European uppercut. And Nick once again goes into that giant swing. Big turn belly. Worzalla possibly setting up for that patented Worzalla elbow. And he hits it. But Nick getting a foot on the ropes. Worzalla possibly setting up for another Worzalla elbow drop, but runs out of gas. And he's going to have to go back to his own corner and get Christine back into this match, but he was cut off by Vadala. Super kick! And Worzalla just needs to get to the apron, but he's unable to do so. Oh my God, what are they setting up for here? Big double axe handle. And that is some teamwork that we did not see out of Sterling and Worzalla. This husband and wife team, extremely effective. Now Christine going for that Worzalla elbow. Buries it right in the chest of Vadala, but too close, or Tyler rather, too close to the ropes. Both sides swinging wildly. Super kick! Tyler goes for that. No, does not go for the cover. Christine able to break that up. Allows Tyler to get back to his own corner. And, oh my god, just absolutely devastating maneuver. Dropping Nick right on his neck. Christine calling for the end. Big drop kick square in the chest. And Nick is down. Big low blow from Christine. Christine making her way back to her own corner. Let's see if Worzalla's had enough time to recuperate here. Worzalla shot into that corner turnbuckle. Big pop-up cutter from Vadala. And still continues to work the arm. Just trying to make that patented elbow drop just less and less effective. Big belly-to-belly overhead suplex. Worzalla winding up that elbow drop right now, though. And buries it in the chest of Vadala, but Christine unable to break it up. And big sit-out lariat from Worzalla. It is going to be a challenge for this team. Tyler's so quick, so able to break up those covers. But right now we have Tyler as the legal man in this contest, but Vadala helping out this team a little bit. Giving Tyler prime position to hit that moonsault. And Worzalla just clearing the ring out here. Big dragon screw leg whip. And Tyler now up top. Another moonsault. Goes for the cover, but Christine foot on the rope as the two competitors circle one another. Tyler bringing Nick back into this contest, but Christine having absolutely none of it. Once again, another headlock takeover from Vadala, but Christine able to break that up. Worzalla forced back into his own corner, but that may have bought Christine exactly enough time. Kami Goye, knee to the face. Christine responding back, big jawbreaker. Runs the ropes, and big shoulder block. Both competitors down, both up at roughly the same time. And big reverse DDT from Vadala. This match could go any way. Another pile driver from Christine. Got to figure all four competitors just at their limits. Vadala once again going to that giant swing. Worzalla, massive chokeslam. Christine, sit out facebuster, goes for the cover. 1, 2, and Worzalla chasing Tyler back to his corner. Distracting him, unable to break it up. And Christine hitting that patented Worzalla elbow drop after the bell. This is a new team that you are going to have to respect. And that was just an absolutely fantastic match. So, excellent work from the Worzallas as well as from Tyler and Nick. To answer your question, Nick, if you are in a back grapple, you can hit one of the shoulder buttons. I don't remember which. And one of the shoulder buttons will grab them in like a full Nelson, and somebody can come in and do a strike. And the other shoulder button will put them on their shoulders to do the Doomsday device. I believe that's a universal mechanic. But, yeah, see, this game has absolute garbage tutorialization. And, like, the, digital manual the game comes with has, nothing in it. So, some of those things I just found out from, forums. There's a couple, Fire Pro forums that are pretty good. And there's a, Discord I can link you that's got, one of the bigger Fire Pro communities on Discord. But, so, I mentioned at the start of the show, we have a historic tournament for Blake's House Professional Wrestling and Judgment Pro Wrestling Alliance. So let's go ahead and get into the first round of that tournament right now. As we have just so many matches to get through. The first one being D-Mob versus the big boss of JPW in JB3. You've got to wonder if he had any say in the seeding of this bracket. You missed a barn burner of a contest between the Worzallas versus Tyler and Nick. Definitely recommend catching the VOD of that. And David actually had a pretty great match in the opener as well. But otherwise, you are coming in at an excellent time as we have just begun the tournament to determine the #1 contender of the Judgment Pro Wrestling Championship. The winner of this tournament will be the first ever challenger for that title on Blake's House Television. And we have D-Mob versus JB3, and let's go ahead and get into that match right now. So, as I mentioned earlier in the show, D-Mob and JB3 have an excellent business relationship. The two of them have tagged together on a number of occasions, and JB3 has actually worked with D-Mob prior to Judgment Pro Wrestling's founding earlier this year. As the two of them worked together at CEO 2019. But right now, they're going to be going head-to-head. Going to put it all on the table. May the best man win and advance in this #1 contenders tournament. Right now, the two men kind of sizing each other up. We're in that early stage of the match where you're trying to figure out what your strategy is, how you're going to approach this. You approach your opponent. D-Mob going for that big enziguri, doesn't find its mark, but that kick to the chest will. And right now, D-Mob kind of beating JB3 at his own game. JB3 typically so effective at measuring his distance with those jabs, but those long legs of D-Mob are proving to be extremely difficult for JB3 to penetrate. Big flashing elbow from D-Mob, but JB3 responding back just takes him down. And JB3 is certainly no stranger to doing whatever it takes to win a contest as he rakes the eyes of D-Mob. Big punch to the gut. D-Mob going up top pretty early. Thinks better of it as he sees some signs of life from JB3. And JB3 responding back, trying to make sure he doesn't see anything else over the course of this match. Big stomp to the chest from D-Mob. And JB3 just lighting D-Mob up with rapid punches. Big jawbreaker. JB3 is in control here, but D-Mob trying to take that away. Repeated rabbit punches to the back of the head. JB3 unable to protect himself I think both men understand the stakes of this tournament. Both men very badly want to be JPW champion. JB3, of course, the first ever televised Blake's House Wrestling champion. That would make him a heavyweight champion in 2 different stables if he were able to win this tournament and defeat A-Man in the championship match roughly 5 weeks from now. Big diving guillotine, just burying that big leg across the chest and neck of JB3. And you saw JB3 going for that jab that he's so well known for using. Doesn't find its mark, but is able to outmaneuver the larger competitor. D-Mob with that rolling lariat. Connects that big boot as well. Like, the power advantage can certainly not be understated here. Like, that being said, JB3 so crafty that he can stay in fights with larger, on paper, tougher competitors. And you can see him here. Like, he's doing his best to outmaneuver D-Mob at every step, and he is, depending on whose scorecard you're looking at, may be ahead at this point in the match. Big headbutt. D-Mob responding back. Roaring lariat. But that took a lot out of D-Mob. Big low blow. D-Mob sidestepping the lariat, but unable to really get a grasp on JB3 and hit those power moves that you know he's looking for over the course of this match. Ooh, goes for that precision haymaker. Doesn't find its mark, but that uppercut to the groin certainly does. But D-Mob responding back. He's had enough of that. He just delivers that hanging choke to JB3. Big jawbreaker. But D-Mob responding back. Running powerbomb right on the logo. Dead center of the ring, but JB3, so much heart, able to kick out. And that's the kind of toughness you need to keep this JPW wrestling stable in line. Like, they know he is not strictly a manager. He can get in the ring and scrap with anybody if he has to. Right now, he's just trying to take the wind away from D-Mob. D-Mob able to power out of that hold before Mario even gets to 4. He's got until 5, of course, before he is forced to break that hold. D-Mob possibly setting up again. 1, twice, 3 times with that power bomb. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. No, it's still not enough. JB3 still has some gas in the tank. So D-Mob going for that triple powerbomb again, but a thumb to the eyes will allow JB3 to escape the hold. Big diving lariat from D-Mob, and D-Mob trying to get some energy from the crowd. And he is going to need it here, as he has hit JB3 with his best shot, and JB3 has gotten back to his feet. Goes for the cover after that low blow. Is that going to be enough? No, it is not quite enough to do it. D-Mob goes for that enziguri again. JB3 able to escape. Once again, another low blow. 1, 2. Still only 2. JB3 making this so difficult for D-Mob. D-Mob responding back, Emerald Flosion, but both men on the ground. JB3 to his feet first. And once again, D-Mob going for that triple power bomb once, twice, 3 times, burying JB3 into the mat. The third time has to be enough. 1, 2, 3 count fall. And JB3's associate D-Mob will advance in this tournament. Gotta figure no hard feelings from these two men. They understand just what it means to do business in this industry. You will certainly see the two of them tagging together in the future, but right now, D-Mob will be advancing to the second round of this tournament. But let us go ahead and get into our next match, as we want to get through at least half of the first round this evening. So let's go ahead and put the enforcer of Judgment Pro Wrestling up against the man with the bad tweets, Will Ospreay. As Ospreay likes to call himself the aerial assassin in it. But he has got his work cut out for him, as he is going up against a monster of a person in the Gatekeeper. We call him the enforcer of Judgment Pro Wrestling for good reason. If there is a problem that the firm is unable to solve, the Gatekeeper can almost certainly solve that problem single-handedly. And right now, the problem is that he is not in the second round of this #1 Contenders tournament. Gatekeeper going for a cover early. Trying to assert his dominance over Ospreay. Ospreay slamming that mountain of a man. Just extremely impressive. Big clubbing blow to the back. We're going to be seeing something pretty similar to actually the last several matches on the card, where it is power versus agility, and those styles clashing could not be more drastically opposed to one another than they are in this match. Ospreay is well known around the world as one of the most talented wrestlers in the flippy stuff.
Give up.
And the Gatekeeper's build certainly tells you everything you need to know about what you can expect from this man. He is all power. Even those open palm strikes to the chest, they hit with such thunderous force that it is a miracle Ospreay is able to stay on his feet after taking 3 of those. But Ospreay handling himself quite well thus far. Locks on that double arm bar, but the Gatekeeper just powers out of it. Big clubbing blow to the back. Possibly going for another one of those body presses. Ooh, beaten to the punch by the faster Ospreay. Ospreay working both corners here. And delivering repeated chops to the chest. Tries to slow it down a little bit. Shin lock here. And he's going to need to slow down the Gatekeeper as much as he is possibly able to do. Connects with that big boot. That being said, for all I have been talking about that disparity in power, Ospreay's been in the driver's seat. He's outmaneuvered the Gatekeeper at every step in this match. And just as I say that, Gatekeeper clubbing blow sets him up in excellent position to turn this match around. And he really wants to hit that body press, but Ospreay to his feet so quickly after those big moves. That is the kind of wrestling that the man with a tennis racket certainly does not enjoy. But Ospreay making that style his own. Actually going for Stormbreaker, and he hits it. Oh my God. Just the sheer display of athletic ability to hit Stormbreaker, not once, but twice against the Gatekeeper. Is absolutely phenomenal. Goes for the cover, and that nearly put the Gatekeeper away right there. And big rolling lariat from the Gatekeeper, but the Gatekeeper is fighting from underneath. You've got to figure he's not used to being in this position where someone has just so thoroughly outfoxed him over the course of this match. And once again, Ospreay evading that big boot. But massive spear from the Gatekeeper, big body press. And that is several hundred pounds worth of man colliding into you and then crashing down on top of you. If there is anything that is going to turn Gatekeeper's stock around in this match, it is maneuvers like this.
1, 2.
Gets a 2 count out of it. A Gatekeeper entry denial bomb, but Ospreay getting a hand on that bottom rope, protecting himself, but Ospreay maybe a little bit disoriented from that devastating maneuver, and that's going to cost him as that big lariat crushes Ospreay, but Ospreay kicked to the side of the head. He's going up top. What's he going to do here? Oh my God. The Gatekeeper going for that same sequence. Ospreay dazed, but Ospreay protecting himself so well. And once again, going to those repeated chops to the chest. He drops a knee on the back of the head of the Gatekeeper. And standing C4 from Will Ospreay. Absolute madness. And the Gatekeeper responding back, absolutely devastating powerbomb. That could be enough by itself, but no, it's not. Ospreay kicks out at 2. The Gatekeeper, you can see he's winded. He's moving so slowly as he gets shot into the ropes.
1, 2, 3.
And oh my God. The upset. Will Ospreay defeating JPW's Enforcer. And Ospreay will advance into the second round of the #1 Contenders tournament for the JPW Championship. And that is going to wrap up the tournament for right now. We will be cutting back to this later tonight. But certainly 2 big upsets as JPW top stars have already been eliminated from the tournament. Of course, we do still have JBIII, who is probably the favorite at this point in the tournament. But if those 2 matches were anything to go by, anything can and will happen. But I see we've got quite a few people in the chat right now. And you know what that means. We are going into the Battle Royal to determine the opponent of Mag.Lo in tonight's Mag.Lo Open Challenge. So let's go ahead and start getting some names out there for the Mag.Lo Battle Royal. Alright, see somebody asking for Money Blake. I can certainly make that happen. And I see somebody asking for the Bear of Nick's Wrestling Organization, so I can make that happen also. And I do recall, let's see here. Alright, Chenjo putting his pick in. So we've got Jasper. And do you recall people asking for She-Ra last week? There was a full She-Ra set up on the workshop. So we can make that happen also. I see we want a one James Holloway going into this event. But we have still got 4 names left in this Battle Royal. And as the chat has slowed down a little bit, I mean, people calling for Money Blake, so let me go ahead and just drop one of those in the chat. Also, Blake, alright, I can put Bo in there. I do have that idea for a vignette that I want to run by you. But we can come back to that after we go off air, or if you're still hanging out during the dark match. I can make that happen. So we have got 2 more entries available. If you guys don't pick, I'm going to start grabbing some characters. And actually, you know what? Let's see. Put Drill in there, as he's got a TV show now. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of cross-promotion going. Alright, I assume you mean Asuka WWE, because I don't think I have Asuka Tekken. Actually, I do have Asuka Wave also, but I'm sure you have no idea. Actually, I think she's DDT now. It's highly probable that you are not referring to... Let's see... Alright. So, we only had the 1 slot. Probably because chat is on a little bit of a delay from where I'm at. You want Asuka this week, or 90s Triple H? Both good options. Of course, we do have the KOF TV title tonight, so if you want to keep one of those names in your back pocket, you can fire that off. Alright. So this is going to be the Battle Royal to determine who faces Mag.Lo tonight. Such a diverse cast of characters is the language I'm going to choose to use for what we see at this character select screen. Let's go ahead and jump right into this match. So, we are right into the start of this match, and it is, as it always is in these Battle Royals, just absolute chaos. so difficult to keep track of anything, but right now, in that blue Gatorade corner, Jasper and Holloway battling it out one-on-one. Big double drop kick from the Bear and Money Blake Cavus. And it is just absolute madness. Oh my god. I'm a Bear just blasting fire into the eyes of Money Blake. Fortunately, they were protected by those $500 sunglasses. As Holloway, big jawbreaker to Money Blake. This will be the Blake's House TV debut of Bo. I believe everyone else we have seen on Blake's House television at least once before. But these battle royals are so chaotic. Anything could happen as Drill just rolls Bend Over up. This man getting folded like an old wallet. Jasper, possibly the only competitor in this ring that can match the Bear for power. Sandwich lariat. Bear and Holloway just crushing Jasper. Jasper locks on that Bear hug. Holloway and the Bear just slugging it out. And it's so difficult to keep track of the chaos in that right side of the ring. Everyone just battling it out, just no one giving anything up, and I'm a Bear locking on that regular hug to Holloway. As Money Blake just crushing the stomach of Asuka. And Bo grabbing on that chin lock, trying to slow this match down, but you cannot put the brakes on this contest. Now a Bear just driving a fork into the neck of Drill. Flying armbar from Asuka, but Holloway breaks it up. And right now we are 5 minutes into this contest. There have not been any eliminations thus far. Anything could happen. And big flapjack and cutter from Drill and Holloway. And Bo goes for the cover. Money Blake kicking out at 1. And now it looks like it's going to be Bo versus Money Blake. No, Holloway is going to cut in, as is Jasper and Asuka. I'm a Bear getting involved in the mix. Bend Over and Drill. We've got all 8 members of this contest just cutting in and out. It's totally unclear who's going after who at this point in the match. And to that point, it's so difficult to have a strategy when anything can happen. Anyone can come at you. You are not going to be able to keep your eyes on all 7 other competitors in this match. You've just got to hope you're at the right place at the right time until people start to get sent out of the ring. Spitting that poison mist. And Kami Goye, as those bony knees collide with the $500 sunglasses of Money Blake. And big STO and suplex. Bo hitting a back suplex of his own, goes for the cover. Only 1 against I'm a Bear. It looks like several pin attempts against Bo, none of which were successful. But Asuka will lock on that armbar. But it's going to take more than that to break the fighting spirit of Bo. The glue that keeps the best friend squad together. Asuka nearly getting a pinfall elimination on Money Blake, but Blake responding back with that spine buster. I'm a Bear locking on that chokehold and scissors. that maneuver that he's gotten so many eliminations in Battle Royal settings before. Big lung blower from Money Blake. Rolling knee bar from Bend Over, and I'm a Bear gonna allow that to continue, as that is one fewer competitor you gotta deal with if someone is able to score an elimination, but we are still not in a situation where anyone has been able to get an elimination. Big shote from Bo. Well, Asuka had that armbar. You gotta figure a ton of sustained damage. Bend Over now doing the same, and that 3-in-1 hold. Drill putting that tree of woe. Holloway possibly setting up for that Persona 450. Oh, goes for that moonsault double stomp. It does not connect. But Asuka was eliminated by pinfall, and she's going to be the first elimination this evening. And Holloway hitting that moonsault double stomp. And just absolute chaos in the ring. Even with one elimination, 7 men is still so much. Money Blake going for that Dragon Sleeper. All Bend Over. Locks on a Kimura, or not a Kimura, excuse me, that scarf hold. That Anaconda Vice. And picture perfect Northern Lights suplex and armbar from Bend Over. While I'm a Bear just clubbing blows to Holloway. Blake going for that frog splash in honor of his Uncle Eddie, but his target was pulled out of the way. And Bo trying to assert his dominance in the realm of kids television, going head to head with Jasper, slamming her to the mat. And slamming Bear as well. Money Blake able to get his hand on the ropes, will not be submitted. I believe that will be a pinfall elimination on Holloway. Oh my God, Blake just kicked to the outside. He's going to be eliminated over the top rope. Bear eliminated as well. We are down to 4. Northern Lights suplex and armbar. This could be it for Bo. That may have been it for Jasper if Mario was not distracted. Bo going for the cover on Dover, but only 2. Big scissor kick from Drill. And Drill going up top, but unable to find his mark with that flying elbow. Oh, Bo nearly dumping Jasper to the outside. Big roll up from Bo, but Drill able to get a foot on the ropes. Bo eliminated, and Jasper proving her dominance as the best thing in kids television today, at least in this matchup. Big Samoan drop from Drill. Followed by a scissor kick, just crushing the neck of Jasper. Big rolling knee bar, but Jasper able to get a foot on the ropes, or hand on the ropes rather. Jasper possibly setting up for Blazing Tornado. No. Big jackknife there, and that is going to eliminate Drill. And we are down to 2. She did the deal. Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow. and Jasper will advance to the Mag.Lo Open Challenge for the first time ever. Like, it is always funny when someone actually gets a pinfall victory via the Falcon Arrow, because the Falcon Arrow is a fucking meme. But Jasper does the deal, and she will advance to the Mag.Lo Open Challenge. So we now know who Mag.Lo's opponent will be. But that match will not be for quite a while, as we do still have 2 more number 1 contenders tournament matches to go, as well as the KOF TV title match before that comes up. So let's go ahead and get back into this tournament, as we maybe start to get a little bit clearer picture of who the number 1 contender of the Judgment Pro Wrestling title is going to be. And I don't know. It's probably a good thing that you don't know who Drill is. Drill is probably the best Twitter account. He's basically just a very good shit poster, and he got a show on Adult Swim streaming service like last week or 2 weeks ago. But like, he's been really popular on the internet for probably the last 4 or 5 years, maybe longer than that. But like, he got good enough at posting that Adult Swim gave him a show. But that aside, a little bit of a diversion as I was talking to the Blake's House talent. What's going on, GK? If you are just tuning in, we have gotten 2 matches into the number 1 contenders tournament, and already 2 big upsets. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I put GK against Ospreay in the first round because I wanted to see GK squash Ospreay. But sometimes video games happen. So this is the bracket that will determine who the number 1 contender is for the Judgment Pro Wrestling title. The Judgment Pro Wrestling title that will be defended for the first time ever on Blake's House Television. So our next match is going to be John Newton versus Jordan, but in the interest of people just tuning in, let's take a look at the rest of the bracket. We've got the last match we're going to be seeing this evening in the first round is going to be Josh Pearlman versus Sterling. Sterling, of course, setting his sights on some singles action after dropping the tag team titles. And in next week's show, we've got Joey Baggy, possibly the favorite in tonight's this tournament, now that the Gatekeeper has been eliminated, going up against Mr. Adams. We have got Colby going up against Ryan Pearlman. We have got the only Robert Walsh going up against Mr. Smith. And we have got JJ Mondo going up against his personal hero, that is Slick Rick. Hold on a second. Give me just a moment. So, with the preview of the bracket out of the way, let's just go ahead and get into our next match. As I can see, people in the stands excited about Colby. You will not be seeing him this week, but he will be on in the JPW Blake's House Alliance tournament next week. But right now, we do have, for the Blake's House fans, Jordan in his first televised match in several weeks, going up against John Newton. So, John Newton walking to the ring. You saw him last week in that Fatal 4-Way. Of course, Joey Baggy coming out on top, but man has put in work in Judgment Pro Wrestling. I believe this is his first singles match since the JPW Blake's House crossover show. So we are going to have to see. We are going to have to see how he handles himself against Jordan. Both men probably trying to shake off a little bit of ring rust. Ooh, tight jab from Newton. Chop to the chest. Jordan scoop and a slam. John Newton flattens Jordan with that spine buster. And getting some notes from the JPW staff. Of course, we cannot forget about John Newton's finishing hold, Newton's Law, that you know he is looking to hit over the course of this match. But Jordan has a deadly sure-killing technique of his own in the buzzsaw kick. But you've got to figure, even with as limited TV time as Jordan has had, John Newton is the type of man that would study for this tournament. Big chop to the chest from Jordan. And Jordan now locking on that signature bear hug. That maneuver has rearranged so many spines in the Blake's House Wrestling stable. But Newton powers out of it so quickly. But it does allow Jordan to gain the upper hand. It's going to be... But John Newton's so effective as a striker. He is measuring his distance so well. And when he is not allowing Jordan to grab a hold, he is the one just on top in the neutral. Jordan going for that flying hip attack. It does not find its mark. And now these two men slugging it out here. Big diving elbow. It looks like that collided with the thigh of Jordan, possibly trying to take power away from that buzzsaw kick.
5 minutes gone.
And Newton, once again, just not allowing the striking ability of Jordan to come into play. But connecting with several shots with those right hands of his own. Jordan locking on that patented Jordan bear hug.
Give up.
But Jordan, that hold maybe took more out of him than it took out of Newton, as he was the one on the ground after that step over toe hold face lock. Big forearm to the face, but Newton responds back, gut wrench suplex.
Give up.
As it is now John Newton trying to choke the life out of Jordan. Big belly to belly, Jordan going up top. Double knees. And Jordan once again going for that sliding D. Forearm to the side of the head. John Newton responding back, elbow to the back of the, to the back. as he plants Jordan right in the center of the ring and locks on that Boston Crab. Jordan trying to strike Newton here. Does find his mark once again with that patented bear hug. Jordan back switch and showing off a little bit for the crowd. Trying to make the most out of his TV time.
Give up.
John Newton, repeated kicks to the head and once again just trying to choke the life out of Jordan. So difficult to tell who is on top in this situation here, as those bear hugs can take so much out of you, but otherwise Newton has just really been taking it to Jordan over the course of this contest. And Jordan's dazed and is shot into that blue Gatorade turnbuckle. Newton grabs a hold, Jordan back switch, low blow, and Jordan once again going up top. Big double knees to the back, just diving off that top turnbuckle, but Jordan looks winded. I don't know how much more he's got left in him in this match, and John Newton showing some signs of frustration as well.
Give up.
But those clubbing blows to the head appear to have busted Jordan open. Jordan going to his tried and true maneuver, that patented bear hug. Just trying to squeeze the life out of Newton, but Newton responding back, big vertical suplex as he plants Jordan onto the mat. Big toe kick, but doesn't appear to have gotten all of it as Jordan's still on his feet, but those sledgehammer-like shots to the face will put him back onto the mat. Newton trying to figure out exactly how he wants to take it to Jordan here. And Jordan is, man, fighting for his life. Big clothesline. And John Newton is fired up. Jordan responding back. Open palm strikes. Head, neck, stomach. Nowhere is off limits as he delivered that fantastic somersault kick. Newton responding back, swinging neckbreaker, center of the ring. Newton, very textbook, keeping this fight where he is able to secure a pinfall victory. Shooting Jordan into that corner turnbuckle, and he is once again just trying to choke the life out of Jordan with that big boot of his. Two men slugging it out here. Newton the one gaining ground as he pushes Jordan to the center of the ring, but Jordan insecure, trying to take the head off of John Newton. And Newton back switch, back drop, and Newton is once again in control. Jordan going up top, possibly setting up for another one of those double knee drops, and he hits it. Big spinning kick. John Newton responding back. Suplex, and he's trying to get the crowd behind him once again. Big turn belly to belly from Jordan. Runs the rope. Sliding D again as he leaps across to hit that forearm smash. John Newton going back to basics a little bit here, as he's trying to figure out just exactly what he wants to do to put Jordan away. But looks like Jordan's got a bit of a second wind, as that open palm strike has crumbled Newton to his knees. Double knee drop once again, and Newton sending Jordan to the outside, and he's going to follow him.
3, 4, 5, 6,
Big face rake there. Jordan collides with the barricade. Back switch. Jordan rolling through. We're at a count of 12 already. 13. Both men getting into the ring. Hard shot to the face from John Newton. Big diving elbow. Is he going to go for the cover here? No. He's going to try to apply a little bit more punishment. That toe kick, he got all of that one as Jordan drops to his knees. And a little bit of a miscalculation there. You got to figure the exhaustion is wearing on John Newton here as he collides a little bit too early with Jordan. Another big backdrop. You got to worry about the health of either of these competitors as they are both taking everything out of each other. Jordan go for that crossface chicken wing. That's his patented hold. But Newton will not submit. And Newton saying he has had enough of Jordan with those double digits. But you gotta wonder just how much further into the bracket are either of these men going to get if they have left it all in the ring in this match right here. But I guess neither one of them are too terribly concerned at what the second round looks like. Both of them just so very badly want to secure the victory right here, right now. Big spine buster. Newton once again throwing up double digits. You've got to figure he's looking for that Newton's Law, that signature hold that he knows he can end the match on. But you've got to wonder, is he betting too much on that hold? It's possible if he grabbed a submission, applies a pinfall. Jordan has had so much taken out of him over the course of this match. Any one of those could possibly result in a victory. Jordan setting up for something. Dragon Rana, oh my God! But Newton barely getting a hand on that bottom rope. Suplex, and once again, Jordan dumped to the outside. And armbar, but they're on the outside. No submissions are going to count. I can't tell if he's tapping on the outside, but it doesn't matter. Those submission holds do not count. You cannot be submitted outside the ring. John Newton running the ropes. What's he setting up for here? Big clothesline. And once again, the two men just slugging it out. Jordan Insecurity trying to take the head off of John Newton. Newton once again, spine buster. Jordan with that gory special, I believe. And this time, that's got to be it, as he locks on that patented bear hug. Neither man willing to give up until the last possible moment. And Jordan securing the victory in his first televised match in over 10 weeks. He will advance to the second round of the #1 Contenders tournament. Legitimately, I think that's what happened, because late in the match, he never attempted a pinfall or submission. And Jordan was definitely dead well before 20 minutes into that match. That being said, it made for an entertaining match to watch, because then, hey, I as the commentator get to say, hey, he only trusts his finisher to end matches. When's he going to hit his finisher? So, we can make it something, but yeah, that's definitely a fix that's gonna need to happen. All right, let's see here. So we have the KOF TV title coming up next. So I'm gonna need 3 names for this matchup here, as we have the new champions, the American sports team with 2 Bryan Battlers, And I will say, Nick, it is, like, officially Floyd Bartholomew is not the first character banned, but he is the first character that, like, is not just massively overpowered that we've stripped. I can put Marty Scurll in there. Oh, and I've super passed Bullet Club, like... Yeah. Alright, we can put Rip in there. Actually kind of fits the aesthetic. Alright, so we have one more competitor we can enter into this contest. So let's see what you guys got. Actually, I might call... Alright, I can put Pac in there. See, I was going to suggest Heavy D for the lore, but I can certainly make Pac the man in this on this third team, or the third member of this team. And yeah, honestly, this looks like a wrestling-ass wrestling team. So let's just go ahead and get right into this KOF TV Championship match right now. Alright, so we have our blue Gatorade team. The Bastard Pack, Rip Studley, and Marty Scurll. Marty Scurll representing the Bullet Club. And we are going up against the current KOF TV champions. And that is the American Sports Team with 2 Bryan Battlers. They won the vacated title last week after the Bartholomew, Bubba Dudley, and Alex JBIII team were forced to vacate the title. Or, excuse me, not forced to vacate. Or, no, excuse me, the JPW All-Star team chose to vacate the title after defeating the Bartholomew, JBIII, and Bubba Dudley team. Trying to inject a little bit more competition into this division. Ooh, Marty Scurll already going for that dropkick to knee. One of his signature holds. Possibly going for a leg lariat, but Battler had it scouted. Bryan Battler, just the size difference in this contest is absolutely astronomical. It looks like Scurll is going to bring Studley into this contest. Try and make up that difference just a little bit. Of course, I should point out, this match, of course, is taking place under KOF 11 rules, which means you must eliminate all 3 members of the opposing team, and you are prohibited from leaving the apron to assist your partner. The American Sports Team, certainly more familiar with fighting in the King of Fighters world. Oh my god, what is Battler doing? Oh my god! Power bomb off the apron onto the floor. Battler is in it to win it here. He hasn't been in a King of Fighters since 1998. And he very desperately wants to stay in this contest and continue to hold KOF Gold. Brian Vadala tagging Brian Vadala into this contest. It looks like Scurll now. Oh my god, back suplex onto the hardest part of the ring. But Vadala is undeterred. And you can't shoulder block a professional football player, as Vadala just demonstrated. But Vadala unprepared for those forearm smashes as those crumple him to the mat. My god, Marty Scurll just breaking the fingers of Vadala. And we are bringing in Lucky back into this contest. Goes for that clubbing blow. Does not find its mark. Lucky getting pushed back. Those Rip Studley, excellent bit of strategy. Closing the distance, making those long limbs less effective. You do not get full extension. You do not get full damage. Studley certainly well studied in the arts of combat. Big flying forearm smash. Lucky is dazed as he crumbles to the mat. And Studley will bring Scurll back into this contest. That shoulder block will connect and it will drop Lucky to the floor. Repeated chops to the chest, but Lucky is undeterred. And a big elbow to the back of the neck is going to drop Scurll to his knees. Big body slam and Vadala rolls to the outside. But Scurll follows. Two men circle one another around the post. And Scurll seems to be in control, but Vadala trying to reverse momentum here, but he is able to reverse that suplex and slam Scurll onto that mats on the outside. Those are only a couple of inches thick, and underneath that is solid concrete. Vadala, big power bomb. It looks like he's going up top. And an even bigger senton. Brian Vadala just so willing to sacrifice the body. Marty Scurll going back to that arm. Big neck breaker. Scurll bringing Studley back into this contest. It looks like this team is saving Pac. Trying to keep a fresh man in for late in this contest. See if that strategy pays off at all. Vadala shooting Studley into that corner. Studley responding back. Just dumping Vadala onto the mat. Looks like the American sports team bringing Lucky back in. Big pop-up power bomb from Rip Studley. And combination neck hold and Kimura. Lucky barely able to power out. Studley going back to his own corner, this time bringing the Bastard back into this contest. Northern Lights suplex, but Lucky getting those long legs onto the bottom rope. Pac looks like he's respecting the format, not allowing his partner to assist. He wants to do this all by himself. But that could cost him as he is getting stretched out by Brian Vadala. But Pac, big European uppercut from the big European man. Vadala showing that football background with that devastating tackle. And Pac bringing Studley back in. Looks like he was not in the ring for very long. I think the strategy of this team is to save Pac for the tail end of the match. Right now, Vadala trying to break the back of Studley, trying to make this man humble. And once again, going to that backbreaker. And just showing the power advantage he's got. And Pac and Scurll just forced to watch from the apron as Studley is picked apart by Brian Vadala. Studley will roll through this time, but only gets a 1 count. And he is such a long way from that blue Gatorade corner. But that maneuver will create an opening. He is able to bring Pac back into this match. Pac sizing Vadala up. European uppercut met with an open hand strike to the face. But Pac gaining ground. And Black Arrow, 1, 2. That was nearly it right there. Big European uppercut. Is he going to set up for another one? No, it looks like he will not. But will connect with that monster lariat. He has that double armbar locked in. Vadala has nowhere to go. Vadala will hit that powerbomb whip, and the bastard is in trouble. Super kick right to the jaw. And Studley back in. Studley possibly taking the most damage out of this blue Gatorade team. Looks like they're trying to build their offense around Studley. But the American sports team has had an answer for him every step of the way. Ooh, PK. And going into just a pinning combination Vadala was able to power out of. It's going to take a lot more than that to put Vadala away. Big double axe handle. And Studley is in trouble. Stomp to the neck again for good measure. And a chop block, that is illegal on the football field, but in the wrestling ring, there is no such rule. But Studley responding back. A bit of a 3-in-1 hold. Big falling fist to the stomach. Vadala going for the drop kick, but Studley able to get back to his own corner. And now Vadala has to contend with Pac. Lucky has to contend with Pac, and Pac drops Lucky right onto his neck. Insecurity trying to take the man's head off his shoulders as he locks on this double armbar. Lucky beating Pac to the punch. Down D, taking his leg out from under his leg. Goes for the cover, 2. Not quite enough. Pac mismeasuring a little bit, and that's going to create an opportunity for the American sports team. No, it's just going to create an opportunity for Pac to once again. Rana sending Lucky to the outside. What is Pac doing? Springboard, moonsault. Oh my God!
5, 6,
Super kick! And this is what they were saving Pac for. This is exactly what you can do with a fresh competitor this late in a match. As Pac tosses Lucky into the shoot hardest part of the ring, that exposed corner post. What is Vadala doing here? He is throwing himself off that top turnbuckle. Double axe handle, clubbing blows to the side of the head. Big Manhattan drop. Goes for that big boot. Scurll sidesteps, and it looks like, oh my God, once again going to the fingers and then attacking the shoulder as well of Brian Vadala. Big scoop and a slam from Scurll. Runs the ropes. And Scurll has a run of his own, but Vadala to his feet immediately. Package pile driver on a man nearly twice his size. Oh my God. Vadala, fortunately, so very close to the ropes, able to get a hand on that bottom rope. But once again, we have probably the most dangerous man at this point in the match, Pac, back into this contest. But the American sports team doing everything they can to shut him down. Vadala employing that torture rack. Possibly learned that from watching years and years of Clark Still matches. That's Pack setting up for here. Goes for another Enziguri. It is sidestepped by Vadala, but that second Enziguri is not. Pack running the ropes. Once again, another Rana, and that's going to shoot him in prime Black Arrow position, but both men fighting for prime position in the corner here. Looks like Pack will cede to Studley. Studley rolling guillotine. Studley slamming Vadala to the mat, but Vadala immediately to his feet and repeated knee lifts to the chest. And Studley appears dazed. This match has gone on nearly 30 minutes without a single elimination. You've got to figure as soon as one comes, many will follow. Studley dumped to the outside. Harada will start his count, and Vadala will take a minute to breathe in the center of the ring. Vadala going for that open palm strike. Not quite able to hit his mark. Vadala not finished with Studley yet, but that moment of distraction took his eyes off of Scurll and allowed Scurll to gain the upper hand. And Vadala with that signature football-style tackle. But Scurll responding back with a strike of his own. Big power bomb, and see Vadala just taunting the members of that blue Gatorade team, raising his arm and looking Studley and Pack right in the eyes. But Studley is having none of it. He's going to lock on this combination arm and neck hold. And Vadala just having so much difficulty getting out of it. The sustained damage has to be immense. Big powerbomb pin, 1, 2, 3 count fall. And Pack is going to have to do it all by himself. He's going up against Lucky. Kick to the side. It looked like Pack had an arm down there to protect himself, but big Enziguri, and once again dropping Lucky to his knees. He's going to need to start racking up eliminations if he wants to come out victorious in this contest.
30 minutes gone.
Pack setting up for here. Once again running the ropes. And another Rana shooting him so very close to that corner turnbuckle, but Lucky to his feet so quickly. He knows exactly how dangerous Pack is off the top rope. And wants absolutely none of it. Oh my God, absolutely devastating reverse Frankensteiner. And rolls through, 1, 2, 3 count fall, knocked him out finally. You gotta think he is looking for that reverse OCV. But he is going up against Brian Vadala. So he's trying to wear him out, making him go coast to coast. Repeated kicks in that Tree of Woe situation where Vadala's unable to protect himself. Vadala now trying to bring this fight back to his own corner. Trying to create a situation where if he needs to tag out of the ring, he is able to do so. Excellent bit of strategy. Ooh, ducks that Rana, and Pack is dazed. Big spear from the football champion. Whips him around, lariat. Goes for repeated Mongolian chops. But Pac able to protect himself, keeping those hands up, protecting the sides of his head. And Harada electing to not stop the fight because of it. Big super kick right to the jaw, but Vadala responding back with that huge tackle. Pack going up to the top rope to the outside and kick to the back of the head. Shotgun drop kick. And it looks like he landed himself on the apron.
7, 8, 9, 10.
You can tell just how badly Pac wants KOF gold here.
13.
And all that work trying to bring down Bryan Battler undone as he is able to get to his corner.
4, 5, 6,
Big European uppercut from the Bastard.
8,
And Insecurity to the side of the head for good measure.
11,
Looks like the two men are going to continue to battle it out on the outside as Harada's count is at 13.
14, 15.
Oh my god, Pac missing with that moonsault. That could be it. The count's at 19, and Pac barely able to roll back in the ring. A rare miscue from Pac. And that nearly cost him the match. Pac shot into that corner turnbuckle. Battler spear into that corner as well. He's going up top. Big diving knee, that jumping B off the top rope. And now Pac shot into his own corner, but Pac springs off that. So Battler instead shooting him into that orange Gatorade turnbuckle and will connect once again with the spear. Ooh, big cross shot from the Bastard. How much more do any of these men have left in them? Battler apparently enough to shut down Pac's offense with that kick to the head. Big run up. Pac pulling Battler away from the ropes. It looks like he's trying to secure an elimination here. Oh my god! Belly to back suplex, just launching Battler towards the corner. Both men fighting for position. Insecurity once again dropping Battler to his knees, but Battler to his feet first. Goes for the cover. If that's it, this will be an absolute steal. No, it's not enough. You are not going to pin me off of my own move. Oh my god, big vertebreaker from Battler.
1, 2, 3.
And Pac is in trouble. And once again, another Rana from Pac. What can he do to keep this man down? He's having so much difficulty. And the fact that it's still 2-on-1, it works to the American sports team's advantage, as they can tag each other in and out and keep each other fresh, just as they have done right here. And that is continuing to make this match so difficult for Pac. He locks on that double armbar. It looks like it's not enough. It is entirely possible Pac just will not pin here. Oh my god, Tornado DDT. He's going up top. Black Arrow, 1, 2, 3 count fall. And the dream of the OCV is, or the reverse OCV is still alive. Big tackle from Battler. Pac unable to sidestep that spear. This match has taken too much out of him. And because of it, the American sports team will retain. You got to figure if Pac had just a little bit more gas in the tank, he could have sidestepped that spear and had another chance. I mean, you know what? Props to the American sports team. As I said, they have not seen a King of Fighters in 20 years. So they are going to be holding on to KOF Gold as long as they possibly can. And yeah, I am almost certain that Pac had no priority pinning combinations. Because I fucked up when I created the teams. Because some of the names were in Japanese, I thought I picked Lucky Brian Heavy D, and I just sped through it so quickly. By the time I noticed it, it was in tournament, and the first match had already been played out. So, like, hey, we just gotta let this rock. But, we've still got 3 more matches for you guys tonight. Of course, we have the KOF TV title match, or excuse me, the final match of the first round of the #1 Contenders tournament. Following that, of course, we have the Mag.Lo battle, or the Mag.Lo Open Challenge, which we now know who his opponent is. That will be Jasper of Steven Universe fame. And in tonight's main event, we have Eric Alpizar defending the Shoot League Championship against Craig Tonga. But let's go ahead and get into this tournament. Got to say, it has been a somewhat rough start for the JPW roster. And you've got to figure on paper that trend is going to continue as Josh Pearlman, a tag team specialist, is going head-to-head with Sterling. But as we saw with Ospreay versus Gatekeeper, anything can happen in a Blake's House wrestling ring. So let's just go ahead and get right into this match. I think I am going to grab a water as these entrances happen. So I'll be back momentarily. Already missed the first several seconds of this contest. And as I said prior to the match, it is going to be such a challenge for Ryan to get the victory here. As Sterling is just such a force of nature in a wrestling ring, but Pearlman repeated forearm smashes trying to put Sterling down. And Sterling, of course, no stranger to fighting dirty. He will use every trick he can to gain the upper hand in this match. Pearlman, a bit more of a straightforward competitor. Of course, you've seen him... Lucha style may not be the right word, but certainly junior heavyweight style. He is an athletic competitor. And he is going to use all that athletic ability to try to outmaneuver Sterling. Of course, Ospreay was the blueprint earlier tonight. can Pearlman have that same kind of match to take down the larger competitor? Sterling making that so difficult as those clubbing blows just land on the head of Pearlman, but Pearlman seems to be holding his own just fine. But not if Sterling has anything to say about it. Sterling shot into that corner turnbuckle. Sterling responding back headbutt, but Pearlman to his feet before Sterling can proceed. Big knee drop to the back of the head. Ooh, beautiful Rana. And that is exactly the kind of offense that Pearlman is going to need if he wants to put Sterling down in this contest. Ooh, forearm smash right to the head. Sterling unable to get his hands up and protect himself. And right now, superior athletic ability appears to be working for him. He is out hustling Sterling. Ooh, standing guillotine. Big body slam. Sterling to his feet before Pearlman can capitalize further. Big Sobot kick. And picture-perfect drop kick right to the upper back, toppling Sterling to the mat. But Sterling has a kick of his own. And he is delivering that right to the groin of his opponent tonight. Someone going up top. Big frog splash. Sterling, once again, those pump kicks right to the groin. Sterling shot into the corner turnbuckle. Pearlman, no. Sterling reverses with that tombstone pile driver. Follows up with a falling fist. And that momentum that Pearlman, oh my God, going for that twist of fate. That cutter here goes for the cover. 1, 2. That was nearly enough to put Sterling away. I figure Sterling, the man that defeated Orlando Nunes last week. But he is having so much difficulty here. And just as I say that, oh my God, avalanche powerbomb off the top. 2. Only 2. Ooh, big arm drag. Pearlman using the little space he's got to great effect. As I was saying earlier, if the Ospreay Gatekeeper match was the blueprint, Pearlman is following this playbook step by step, and he is making it so difficult for Sterling to get a foothold in this contest. But Sterling hitting with 100 hands. It only looked like 5. And once again, now Pearlman rolling through, hitting Sterling with a tombstone of his own. He will not be planted on his neck a second time, and Sterling is in trouble. Big arm drag. And Sterling, monster lariat, just crushing his opponent. And once again, that twist of fate, that twisting cutter. 1, 2. But Sterling still has some gas in the tank. Just how much more punishment is he going to be able to take? How much more is Pearlman going to be able to dish out? That spear that he goes to so frequently in matches, and that spear is going to be the move that does it. And getting the first victory on the board for Judgment Pro Wrestling, the tag team specialist throwing his hat in the ring for the JPW Championship. Incidentally, this is why I did not go first names, because I called him Ryan at the start of the match, was pretty sure that was wrong. And here we go, it is Josh Pearlman. Gotta feel like Jim Ross. Don't know the names of my own talent, because... Man, Jim Ross in 2019, just not a fan. But yeah, also, Zoe, I did see you drop in. Didn't want to break out of doing commentary. You know, seriously, good shit at Climax. Also, like, was talking about it while we were watching Top 16. Like, and this is bad on me for never asking. But, like, you were doing, like, some, like, actual match analysis and, like, talking about, like, decision-making while the matches were going on when you were on the stick on commentary. Like, definitely the next time we're playing sets, like, if you could kind of break down our matches, like, kind of to that point, that would be really helpful. But, seriously, man, good shit out there at Climax. Appreciate it. So that is going to conclude the first round of the tournament for week 1. As I said, we've got next week, we've got 4 more matches to look forward to, where we have JBIII going up against Mr. Adams of the Firm. We have Colby going up against Josh's brother, Ryan Pearlman. Honestly, I feel like I could have gotten top 8 in that tournament. Definitely top 16. But sometimes that's life, you know? We've got the only Robert Walsh going up against Mr. Smith of the Firm. And JJ Mondo going up against Rick the Ruler. And that is all next week. So, certainly the Blake's House guys looking forward to Colby in ring action. You've got to figure the JPW fan base are excited to see how JBIII is going to fare in this tournament, as well as fan favorites in Robert Walsh and JJ Mondo. But that is not to discredit Mr. Adams and Mr. Smith of the Firm. That is not to discredit Ryan Pearlman, who are stars in their own right. Of course, the Firm, the current Blake's House Tag Team Champions. And of course, Slick Rick, the man standing alone at the bottom of the bracket, was invited here to give JJ a dream match opportunity, and they will be going head-to-head in the first round. But that is all next week. Right now, we have the Mag.Lo Open Challenge, tonight's semi-main event. They were beaten by the Sinners, but they were beaten by the Sinners non-title. That being said, that doesn't necessarily mean that they do not have a shot at that title. The number 1 contender picture is not totally clear in the tag team division. But, of course, JPW's The Firm are the current tag team champions. But right now, let's talk about the Mag.Lo Open Challenge. As we have got Mag.Lo going up against, now we know to be Jasper from Steven Universe. Oops, I have missed that. This is the matchup that Shenjo has wanted to see for weeks now. Jasper finally getting a shot at the People's Champion. So let's not waste any more time. Let us see how Jasper handles himself against the Mag.Lo. Of course, you can get this theme and more at maglo.bandcamp.com. But Jasper, a fan favorite in their own right. Jasper billed as the ultimate ports. Be on the lookout for that blazing tornado that they are known to pull out. That move is absolutely devastating. Big forearm smash to start things off. Mag.Lo responding back. Big body slam against the big gem. Jasper switching positions, body slam of their own. And this looks like it is going to be a slugfest. Both sides just full speed ahead. They know just how valuable this spot in the semi-main event is. You know just what kind of an opportunity this creates for you if you were able to defeat Mag.Lo in the Mag.Lo Open Challenge. Several Blake's House champions made their way into the main event through the Mag.Lo Challenge. Mag.Lo himself, of course, a former Blake's House champion as well. So Jasper has to know the star-making potential of this contest. But that is not to take away from Mag.Lo's end of this match as he lifts and drops Jasper on their neck. Jasper stalling vertical suplex, dumping Mag.Lo to the outside. As the whole reason we have this Mag.Lo challenge, Mag.Lo wants to prove himself against the strongest opposition possible. And Jasper, a competitor literally made from stone, is certainly a test of Mag.Lo's abilities, if there ever was one. Big flashing elbow to the back of the head. And there's the clothesline from Bretton Woods, but Jasper refusing to allow Mag.Lo to maintain momentum. Mag.Lo going for that Vader bomb and connects. Cover one. No, only one. It's going to take more than that to get a 2 count even out of Jasper. Big arm drag. Jasper going up top. Diving elbow right to the stomach of Mag.Lo. Mag.Lo slamming Jasper to the mat. And flashing elbow to the chest of Jasper, but Jasper up just as soon as Mag.Lo was. So Mag.Lo going to that patented airplane spin move, sure to keep the crowd energized. But Jasper with that Falcon Arrow, that deal doer. But Mag.Lo did not need to kick out. Got a foot on the ropes and hits that Mag.Lo driver. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. Count 2. And big hip attack. Big hip drop. Cover 2. But still only 2. Another clothesline from Bretton Woods, and Mag.Lo has got to be feeling the momentum. Jasper possibly sticking up for that blazing tornado. No. Jackhammer. 1, 2. And that was nearly enough right there. Mag.Lo going for that tackle. Does not connect. Does connect with the headbutt. Neither side able to gain the upper hand. Mag.Lo doing that good lucha thing. Goes for the cover right on the logo. 1, 2. And that was nearly it. Jasper just somehow gets their shoulder off the mat. And big lariat from Mag.Lo. Mag.Lo is feeling it. Another lariat. Hanma headbutt. And Mag.Lo just in control. But only a 2 count. Jasper seems to have found a second wind. Big Samoan drop from Mag.Lo. Mag.Lo trying to reposition Jasper a little bit. And does finally connect with that tackle he was looking for earlier in the match. Jasper unable to connect with that vertical suplex. Mag.Lo responds back. Big cutter goes up top. What's he doing? Massive body splash from the top turnbuckle. Oh my God. What's Jasper doing? Big spear into that corner turnbuckle. Now Jasper up top. Back elbow right into the upper back of Mag.Lo. And Mag.Lo going once again to that airplane spin. Forced to break that up, as Harada did not like how close Jasper was to the ropes. There's that clothesline from Bretton Woods. And the Mag.Lo section still getting involved here. Big body splash, that's gotta be it. It's still not enough to put Jasper away. Jasper certainly showcasing the power of the Ultimate Quartz. Just totally unrelenting. Jasper going up top. Oh my God, what are they doing? Back elbow buries it right into the heart of Mag.Lo. And that elbow drop into the heart of Mag.Lo is an elbow drop into the heart of Blake's house. Mag.Lo once again trying to get fired up. Getting the crowd amped here for whatever he's going for, but Jasper, if she hits that jackhammer, that's gotta be it. 1, 2. No! Mag.Lo still has some gas in the tank. Mag.Lo muscle buster! Sliding D right across the chest. Mag.Lo still ticking here, but so is Jasper. Jasper did the deal. Nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow, but Mag.Lo able to get a foot on the ropes. Big spine buster from the Ultimate Quartz. And if this jackhammer connects, Mag.Lo's got to be done. Cover. 1, 2. No, only 2. Mag.Lo has found a third wind. And big hip attack. Mag.Lo up top. Diving elbow. 1, 2. No. Neither competitor willing to give up. Neither competitor able to give up. Mag.Lo running the ropes. Oh my God. And the battle will continue right in front of the commentary desk. This is anybody's match.
14.
Mag.Lo possibly setting up for that double arm DDT, but Jasper escapes. Powerbomb stacks him up. If this isn't enough, I don't know what will be. Mag.Lo kicking out just a fraction of a second too late. And Jasper is victorious in the Mag.Lo Open Challenge. Fuck off, Dave. Yeah, I need a minute. Because, like, the last 5 minutes of that match were absolutely ridiculous. Honestly, I'm mad this is the main event, or this was not the main event. Because, like, MMA matches could be over in, like, a minute. And this was just such a spectacular showing. But I lost my voice like 10 minutes into that match, and it went for 17. But, God, that Samoan drop into the, like, corkscrew suicida was just so good. Like, that one I am definitely clipping. But, I say this. Every week, Mag.Lo has a match. If Mag.Lo's coming to your town, you need to go see Mag.Lo. I think he was just in Texas this weekend. I know he's doing a lot of good work around Central Florida. Yeah. Mag.Lo is exactly this much of a showman in real life. And you need to go check out his work. And that, once again, can be found at maglo.bandcamp.com. But despite just how outrageous that match was, we still have one more match for you guys tonight. Now, I can't promise this is going to be the match that you guys just saw, but Craig Tonga has earned his way to the top of the MMA division. He has earned a shot against the Shoot League champion, Eric Alpizar. So these two men are going to wage war in the octagon. So let's go ahead and cue that match up right now. Wow. So GK, you missed just an absolute barn burner of a contest. Depending on how long you were out for, Josh Pearlman got the upset on Sterling, giving Team JPW their first competitor to get into the second round of the tournament. That being said, the B side of the bracket is pretty stacked for JPW guys, so we're pretty good there. But the Jasper versus Mag.Lo match was just absolute insanity. I lost my voice about halfway into the match and still had to keep yelling because many things happened in that match. Yeah. But, as I said, like, as glowing a review as I can put on that semi-main event, we do have one more match for you guys tonight. And we have got Craig Tonga, Eric Alpizar in the octagon for the Shoot League title. So let's go ahead and get right into it. And Tonga immediately going on for that scissors sleeper. So we saw the versatility of Craig Tonga's offense in his last couple weeks. But this is a much more serious Alpizar. He has defeated legends in the mixed martial arts world inside this structure. So we are going to have to see just how well Craig Tonga can handle himself against the champion. But it looks like he's doing quite well. Oh, Alpizar rolling through, rolling knee bar. Something you don't see too terribly often from Alpizar. He's not much of a submission specialist. He is more of a striker. Of course, he's got that Taekwondo background that he goes to so frequently in his matches. But I guess he wants to prove to Tonga that he is just as versatile, just as effective a mixed martial artist as Craig Tonga is. Big back switch, but Tonga catches Alpizar with that rolling knee bar as well. Big kick to the chest. Low roundhouse taking Tonga's legs out from under his legs. And Alpizar is not a man you want to strike with if you can avoid it. But that will conclude round one. And if I'm putting this on my scorecard, I would give a slight edge to Alpizar, but only barely, though. But Tonga fires out of the gate so quickly. But Alpizar so prepared and clubs Tonga with those sneakers right across the face. And Alpizar once again working the knee. The pace of this match is absolutely unreal. Neither man willing to give an inch. Possibly got a little bit of inspiration from the match that happened previously, that Mag.Lo Jasper match. See, the fighting spirit of both of these competitors are at an all-time high. Ooh, big STO from Alpizar, but Tonga immediately to his feet as he locks on that crossface, trying to rip Alpizar's head clean off his shoulders, but Alpizar still not a man you want to strike with. He is so prepared for those strike-based attacks. And this time, Tonga able to get that back mount and converts it into a sleeper hold, but Tonga's gotten a lot of wind taken out of him over the course of this contest. And there, Alpizar's patented hold, that kick combination, but Tonga responding back with repeated chops to the neck. And Alpizar in trouble, but will be saved by the bell. Ooh, clubbing blow right to the face. And Tonga now showing that he is an accomplished striker as well. And then transitions right into that ankle lock. Alpizar struggling to get out, able to do so, but he was in that hold for a while. Ooh, clubbing blow to the head once again from Alpizar. And repeated knees to the head. Kami Goye! Kami Goye! And a third for good measure. And Alpizar is definitely in trouble now. But Alpizar somehow has the presence of mind to roll through for that knee bar. He is not going to make this easy for Craig Tonga, but he is so winded. You got to figure those repeated kicks to the head took so much out of him, and that sustained damage certainly had to be what did Alpizar in. He couldn't find the energy to break the hold. And he will be submitted by Craig Tonga, and we have a new Shoot League champion. So maybe I didn't give these guys enough credit, because they turned on the gas from minute one, and it was just a non-stop war. That was just an outstanding contest, worthy of tonight's main event. So that is going to conclude the canonical portion of tonight's show. I see, though, I've got quite a bit of people in hanging out in the chat. And yeah, I've got to say, like, I am really happy, particularly with the quality of the matches. On tonight's show, like, top to bottom, strictly in terms of match quality, this is one of my best shows all time. I guess let me start queuing up the dark match before, like, while I'm still hanging out with you guys in the chat. Storylines are kind of in limbo because we just came off of the big crossover show, and like, yeah, like we just came off the crossover show, and half of my match card for the next like 3 weeks are gonna be eaten up by the #1 Contenders tournament. So, like, my ability to tell good stories, I feel like, is kind of limited. But, that being said, the stories that are taking place in the ring, like, those have been fantastic. Also, funny story, when I set up the tournament bracket, instead of Ospreay, I had originally put in The Miz in that slot. But I wanted to check to see his stats because it was a random workshop character, and like wanted to make sure it wasn't going to be a gimmicked character. I am super down for Captain Commando. I have fucked up. Let me go get Captain Commando. Fuck, I can't read. Alright, we can do Captain Commando versus Fat Albert. I'm very okay with that. But like the David fighting people named Nick storyline, like that's slowly progressing, and I have an ending in mind for that one that I think is going to be extremely satisfying. And it's going to be worth the, like, 5-week build. So, Tyler, Christine, and Worzalla kind of been talking. Like, they want to run an angle. I know James, Antonio, and Jamel have an idea for an angle that they want to run. Also, Blake, now that we're, like, technically off air, I've got an idea for a skit that I would like you to do. And I mean, like, we could also do... Yeah, so at some point, I've got... So, Chris Martin is producing the Blake's House theme song. I know he's been, like, out of town, like, doing actual touring musician shit, so I am not... Like, I'm not, like, super worried about pressuring him for that right away. But the idea is to have, like, an actual, like, TV opening where that theme song plays and highlights happen. Because some shit that happened in that match, definitely good for highlight reel material. Honestly, like, half of my highlights are probably going to be from Mag.Lo matches. Yes. That is a thing that we need to, like, get off our asses and actually do. But let me go ahead and... Yeah, that is also a good thing.
Whoa, whoa,
whoa! Yeah, when I'm like off air. Yeah, like honestly, what else is needed is I just need to actually do it. See, what I need you to understand is I am notoriously lazy. So, yeah, I just need to like do that. and then we put that on a ring mat, and then we're good.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, yeah! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
So you do not need to own the game. You just need to make a PNG file that is, I think, 1024 by 1024, and you can just like give me the file, and then that can be a ring mat.
Yeah!
The apron
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
is a different set of dimensions, but I can give you those dimensions as well. Yeah, I can do that, GK. Actually, while this match is happening, I need to figure out who I'm going to throw to.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, yeah!
Let's see. Oh, looks like Melly's not streaming tonight.
Huh. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah!
And Fat Albert is extremely out of gas.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
And Captain Commando is getting bodied. Just
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
getting folded up like the optional third row seating on the Honda Odyssey. I 100% owe that one to Admiral Funk.
Yeah! Yeah!
Who, like, I haven't put his guys on my show in a while. I feel like I should probably do that at some point.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I do wish that gorilla press through to the outside when you're that close to the ropes. So I think that would be very cool.
Hey,
Oh, looks like Commando still has a little bit of juice left in the tank. Looks like both of them have a little bit left in the tank if,
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh my shit! And that is only a fucking one count. Fuck off, Captain Commando. And Captain Commando trying to break this man's back, make him humble. I mean, you got me there.
Oh, yeah! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
I mean, you say that, but he is Like, this match has been going for 16 minutes. So, like, yeah, he doesn't have a lot of gas in the tank, but he's still standing. All right, what's Commando setting up for here? Ooh, sidesteps that spear. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Tope Suicida. Also, with Pac missing that what was it, the Acai moonsault and getting that 19 count was outrageous. Truly, truly, truly outrageous. Alright, that time he connects with the spear. Not on my show, but it definitely happens in this game. No, I've definitely seen it happen in this game. So, like, if you've got, like, character archetypes that are like, hey, this guy's a brawler, they don't give a shit about the rules, they'll stay on the outside longer, and, alright, you hit him with a big move at, like, 16, then they are more than likely going to be counted out. Additionally, what I have seen that is very amusing is somebody gets criticaled on the outside, and then they're just dead on the side of the ring. Are you talking about the camera angles from Salty Suplex? Because that's not baked into the game. That's from a modding suite that I don't have installed. So, on the subject of me being very lazy, I don't want to deal with setting up those mods and then patches breaking the mods. That being said, the modding community for Fire Pro is like really on top of their shit, and even when a big patch comes out, the mod suite is updated typically in less than a day. But I also just like don't want to deal with, hey, one day that might not be the case. But I don't know. This is not a, hey, I'm trying to guilt you guys into giving me money, but like if the channel gets bigger and like more people start tuning in, eventually I'm going to have to step up in terms of presentation. And that is a bridge I will cross when I get to it, I guess. See, the thing is, everybody hanging out in the chat right now, at least as far as I'm aware, at least everybody active, I haven't checked to see who's just hanging out lurking. I've known y'all like a minimum 3 years. I get to not give a shit. Because y'all are going to be cool. That would be extremely good. I know New Legacy has belts as their sub-badges, I believe. And yeah, that would make the most sense. And shit, Commando definitely has entirely too much health. And I am not convinced that he's, yeah, I am not convinced that he knows how to do pins. Ooh, unprettier. That extremely Canadian offense. That being said, Fat Albert is sticking into this match with him. So, credit where credit is due there. I definitely do. The really lousy thing about this game is, generally speaking, people, when they upload characters to the workshop, that would be a good idea. Yeah, I can make that happen. When people upload characters to the workshop, generally speaking, they don't upload them with stats. There's almost certainly a way I can do that. I will look into that. And I also... We're still on air. I'm really curious what these characters are statted as. So we are going to do an audit right now. Let's see, 180. Okay. Well, let's see where his 180 is. Ah, it's that kind of 180. That's why he was doing no damage. I fucking hate when people upload characters like this. Because, like, okay, yeah, it's 180, which means you can play as them online, but their stats are fucked and the match isn't going to be fun. Let's see what Commando looks like. Let's see. Yep. That'd be video games. 180. Okay. So, I guess that makes sense why... So, Fat Albert, like... So, 180, I think, is the goal, because if you go over that number, you don't get to play in a certain tier in, like, player matches. So, they put, like, basically zeros in some stats that didn't matter, and, like, tens in some stats they wanted to have high. Also... This is more of a stylistic thing. You don't give out 10s in, like, when you're building a Fire Pro character. 10, like, a 10 punching is, like, yo, you are Mike Tyson on PCP. Like, nobody should have a 10 punching. And that's to make it so when you've got a character that's really, really good at punching, and they have 10 punching, it means something. The left side is offensive, the right side is defensive. So this game is really, really lousy at explaining anything. So I could understand why you would not know that this means offensive and defensive. Does the game explain this anywhere? Doesn't look like it. In the interest of satisfying GK's curiosity, because he wanted to know what... Yeah, he had stupid high defense. Yeah, which is why the match was so long. I guess, like, he's built to have high, like, really long matches. I guess I could, like, look at the character a little bit more thoroughly. But... What is it? Yeah, in the interest of satisfying GK's curiosity, because he wanted to know what Ospreay's stats were. I'm guessing he's somewhere in the 150s. 161, that's higher than I thought he was. Because, like, the New Japan DLC was not friendly to the cruiserweights. Sort of. Okay, so, Will Ospreay, 10 agility, that makes sense. He is probably the most athletically gifted wrestler in the world today. But, like, look at all his other stats. His highest stat on the offensive column is a 6. Yeah, it's super not convenient. That being said, I understand why they did that one. Is... Because, like, when you download a character, you're subscribed to them, and if the creator makes edits to the character, that gets pushed to your console. So I understand why the game doesn't like you to just be able to edit somebody else's creation. But yeah, we can look at the Rapture, because you said you updated them, right? Yeah, I guess we're here learning about how this game works. Appreciate it. So the Rapture, like, he's 225, but he is also like the top guy of his show. And yeah, so his best abilities are power. Okay. So the things that he is very good at. All right, catch you later on. The things that he is very good at, he's very good at, and actually looks like pretty average defensively. It's like between 5 and 7 is kind of what I expect like most characters to be at. And like he's kind of how I built Worzalla. If we're going under the hood, we can like talk about like character creation a little bit, I guess. I know GK, you're waiting for me to call you after the show, but got people hanging out in the chat, and I will come back to you as quickly as I'm able to. So like you've kind of razor focused, yeah, like you kind of razor focused what this character is actually good at. Let me see here. Okay, so he does still have power critical. And yeah, but otherwise, yeah, so the moves, the things he's very good at, and then everything else pretty average. And yeah, let me show you what Worzalla looks like. So, keeping in mind, so we're going under the hood a little bit. 180 is the base that I balance wrestlers around, right? So let's look at Worzalla. Also, you're bald now. Worzalla is 157. But, let's look at his parameters. Okay. Pretty average, for the most part. Like, he's got kind of brawling offensive stats. He's good at punching. He's good at doing rough moves. Yeah, like, you weren't bald for, like, the first... You weren't bald for, like, the first 2 years of the game because I just didn't feel like editing the character. That's why that was significant, if you haven't tuned in the last, like, 2 or 3 weeks. But, so here's the thing. What he does have is... He's got the finisher ability, which makes your finisher do, I think, 1.5 times as much damage. I believe that's what it does. Which means, like, okay, you're, like, kind of mediocre at everything, but, like, if you can set up that patented Worzalla elbow drop, then you just obliterate them. Yes. No, like, I built that character to fight how I think Worzalla would fight if he were playing this game. Is he's going to try and hit his finisher as quick as humanly possible, and his AI does this. He's like, look, I just want to finish this match quickly. I want to hit my finish, and I want it to be over. Because that's how you play video games, Worzalla. And that's not a dig against you. Like, I was really happy with how I made this character, because I feel like this fits... Like, the character fits the playstyle of the person, which is what I'm really trying to do. Yeah, I can check that. I can put that character on real quick. Jamel, if you get your stream on, I will throw to you. Well, I think Steve Jobber was, like, intentionally a joke character, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. Let's see. So, 90 overall. Okay. Actually, that makes sense. The way the character is kind of, like, meant to be. He is good at one thing. Pretty lousy at defense at everything. But is otherwise, like, kind of like manager tier. Hardcore makes sense for his special skill. But, Jamel, if you are streaming now, I will raid you. If not, I will just kind of put this whole idea on hold. Let's see. Yeah. I think I'm going to go off air. I'm sure Shenjo is probably going to be doing Indivisible or Night in the Woods shortly, as he's been doing that pretty regularly. So if you are watching this on YouTube, you can catch my show every Sunday night at twitch.tv/MondayCindy, Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Let's see here. I will go ahead and throw the raid at you if you said you're started up. Yeah, I certainly hope you guys enjoyed the show today. And if you like what you saw, be sure to hit whatever buttons are on the website that you're on. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. And check me out live on Twitch. Hope to see you guys next week.